Hello, welcome to another episode of FreeCodeFriday. My name is Jason Bach, and today we're going to keep going on with WSharp and start to hopefully get something that actually executes. So, I actually had created a list of things, and as I was editing the video that I want to do real quick, and I just realized another one. Get that on the list as well. Alright, so get into my code here. And the first thing is with the engine. One thing I realized is, yeah, I've got an immutable dictionary there, but what I should do is not initial it here and say what I want to do is just build it and then actually assign it rather than continually making a new immutable dictionary. So we'll do immutable dictionary of ulong line builder. There. Now we can say what's the problem? What is the problem? Not the volume. Well, this is a fine way to start the video. I thought this was going to be a lot easier than this. How do you actually get a builder? C#, Immutable. Was there a create builder? Part of it is just understanding how an API works at times, and like I said, I don't have that much familiarity with the immutable ones. I've worked with them a little bit, but obviously not enough. Alright, so actually all this should be like that, right? And then I can say this dot lines is equal to immutable dictionary, right? Although I'm kind of curious, there was a to immutable. Yeah, so I guess you just use to immutable. I mean, now I got tests. Let's see what happens. Should also say run tests in parallel. Did you actually? Whoops. Did you actually run them? Yeah. Okay. The top bar didn't go green. All of them were green, so I figured, yeah. Alright, let's move on. So that first thing is off the list. You get code coverage in like editor. So another thing I noticed as I was looking through some of my you can type. It's a Sunday morning, and I'm drinking my first set of coffee. Alright, tests. There was something that I did here so that I could actually do code coverage, and I already forgot what it was. So, oh, now you're putting it over here. I think this was the only thing, is if you'd say debug type is true in your project file, I've also been fighting a cold recently, so. Alright, so now if I say test, analyze code coverage, all tests. And we get code coverage numbers, and we suck. What are we missing? Only 82%. Oh, we don't have coverage around the exception, which arguably we should. We don't have anything for defer or long or that. We only have 94% there, so let's actually, again, this is probably one of those things of why would you do this now, but I think this is good. I want to add this in here for a reason, and this is one of them. Oh, what the? 1. Why am I on 0? That's a big no-no. There we go. Run them all again. Oh, now they failed. The current .NET SDK does not support targeting. I guess I really didn't like that. So, when in doubt, start over again. Alright. Build. Build failed. Okay, this is getting a little weird. Let's just... Lang version latest. Lang version latest. That's what I have over there. I got that. What is it barking at? The current NSA is supporting .NET Standard 2.1. Either target .NET Standard 2. Oh! That. Okay. Okay, now you're figuring everything out, right? You're clean succeeded. Build succeeded. Run all tests. Yay. Okay. Yeah, .NET Standard 2.1 is not a thing yet. Yeah, I need to... My kids are always like, don't bug Dad until he gets up and has his coffee. His first coffee. Then he's okay. Which is kind of sad. But there is a sense of truth to that. So... Alright, let's go back to these numbers here. Let's see what we're missing. So, which one should... The line is good. That's good. I'm missing two things in here. I don't have a test that... empty list. That's true. I never have a test to say... create when given null list. And then I don't even need that. And then this is and it's probably going to say I can say default because I know, well, oh, that's actually not what it was. Yeah, it's this. My love for the editor config file bit me. So, all right. So we should have coverage on that now. The other ones we don't care about because we'll get to those later. Now, arguably, somebody would say, well, they actually do something, which is throw an exception. But I see, this is where some people might go, you really should have a test around there right now. But they don't do anything. I know they won't do anything. I will get to it later, so I don't see a point in writing tests for that right now. And then we just don't have anything for the exception. All right, so get some tests. And you know, if I can copy code. Where do I have is it Spackle? I know I've created like something to say if I've got a custom exception to actually have a set of tests around that. Where do I have that as rocks? What I really should do is see if I've got a custom. So I do. Okay, so let's see if we actually got tests around those. Tests, exceptions. And then I have exception tests. Yeah, this is one I'm going to have to copy and paste. Okay, so copy that. No projects, WSharp, runtime tests, exception tests, and that should have popped in here. This is one of those classes that I have that I keep around that I should just put somewhere because it's just a nice way to, you know, create a set of tests. Because now what I can do is, oh hell, let's just copy this. This is, I have to do this as inheritance because otherwise. You know, I'm kind of curious. Oh yeah, I don't need exceptions there. Okay. Why does that need to actually have an inner? Oh, the inner. That's right. It's, yeah, now that the more I look at that, that's a little odd. But hey, it works. Okay. So that gets us tests around that, but that's not enough. Do I have one in there that's like a custom one? That actually looks at some, there we go. Yeah, you can't see what I'm looking at. Okay, that's what I have to do. What's it saying? Must be a non-abstract type with public. Oh. Oh, because I'm forcing you to. Huh. I get why, because it's actually all exceptions should have a public parameterless constructor, if I remember right. This feels like a bunch of. I think I'm understanding now what yak shaving really means. Oh my god, I can't type. Okay. Alright, so now let's get rid of the code coverage coloring because that's driving me nuts. See, this is where actually I don't know if this is really helping me that much because I don't ever plan on having I do like the round trip thing here. This is the one thing that it just makes sure that if I do round trip an exception that it actually is serializable as I expected. But the rest of these I'm not really sure if they're helping me that much. If I look at this, what I really care about is God, I am spending way too much time on this. But I want to do it. All right, let's not have this helper class in here. I don't think that's really helping me out that much at all. It's kind of a nice class to have in certain cases. I'm really not seeing how this could help with what I need right now, because what create with messages is actually not the message that you expect. Which is an immutable list. So we could say a new list of string to, we don't really care what's in it, right? Okay, I'm being an idiot. Still being an idiot. Wait, where am I? That's, yeah. There we go. There we go. Okay. Because we don't care what the message is, we just care that assert that exception message is count is equal to 1. And then the thing at 0 is equal to A. And let's do the right thing. Local constant. Huh. Okay. Not quite what I was expecting, because it didn't actually get that one. And then we're going to say this is actually a message. Okay. And then that one should actually, I believe, get handled when you do round tripping, which new and actually, because I don't like this. Okay. And expected A. Really? That's really. Is it that it can't be bad boy, Jason? You should have been running in release mode anyway. Well, what's the is it that is the list not serializable? Oh, wait a minute. The message is never set. Oh, it actually worked. It's just that the exception defaults is saying this was thrown if you don't pass anything into it. Interesting. Well, okay. It's doing the right thing. It was just a little surprising because, yeah, because I don't have a way to pass a new message. So actually, okay, what the message should be equal to is the original one that's on there. And well, now I can say static. And I can static all these because I no longer have a test fixture. Just weird that it didn't. Why am I getting through? Oh. Whatever. Okay, so that one's checked off the list. That one took a little bit longer than I was expecting. Again. Oh, and then I need to put in secure random. That's right. So let's just do the test. Code coverage again. Let's see where we're at. 72%? Oh, let's get rid of that. Okay. There we go. That's looking a little better. And because of those, see, okay, that's what's screwing it up. But the other ones, okay, that's looking better. What the heck is that? Oh, that's that. Okay. Yeah, and see, this is one of those cases where if you look at this, it's actually maybe a little bit hard to see, but it's saying, well, we never actually finished this. So even though, you know, if you come down here, oh, that's not the, okay, I'm sorry, that's not the case. See, that lambda never actually runs. So it goes, well, that's not, you know, that's not executed code, but we don't care because that's just for the test. So this is why I don't say 100% code coverage, because you maybe could come up with something that would hit this, but then you're not testing what you're actually looking for in this case, and that's just ridiculous. So, and plus this is a test assembly. I only look at that code that isn't executed in a test assembly because it's kind of weird, like you just saw. Why would I have code that isn't running in my test assembly? So, but we have good test coverage now on a runtime. All right, let's move on. Okay, so let's secure random. That's what I wanted here. So what I want to do is use my, well, really what I want to do is pass in a random generator. Okay, and then we need a read-only field. And did it assign it for me? Yes, it did. Okay. And let's actually put the assignment up here. This is actually starting to feel a little bit heavyweight for a constructor, because all this is just validating the lines and, you know, whatever. New null exception, name of random. Okay. And then we need to look at our tests because they're all broken now. So, and now in this case, it's not, I actually have some, I should have changed this a while. If our engine is equal to this, assert that engine dot, but I can't see the lines, that's right, but I can't see random. Okay, so that's actually not true. Given list is null, then we need to copy this and say given null random. So now here we want to say immutable list create. Well, it's technically, that's violating one of our things, which is we want to make sure that we have something in here. And then let's make this null. It'd be so good in C# 8. I wonder if all these tests would start going away because you just don't need to do it anymore. Okay, so now, good. But the thing I need to do in no, that's actually right. I don't need to. Okay, what I was thinking of is the random type is actually pseudo-random. So you can't get true cryptographic strong security on the random number generation. For something like this, it probably doesn't matter. But when I actually create an instance of execution engine, what I want to get is passing in an instance of secure random. So when I get to that point where I'm actually saying, here are the lines, really execute this thing, I want to make sure that I'm using my spackle thing. So, but I am near the end of my time, and I don't think I accomplished, well, I did accomplish some things, but again, it's this churn that I always experience on first projects when I'm just starting them up. It's like, oh, I need this, oh, I need that, oh, I need this, and it does feel like it's kind of useless because it's not the point of what I need, but if I don't have them, then I know those are things that I want to have in the first place. So it is what it is. Next episode, I don't have anything else to say. So the next episode, I will make sure that I'm actually getting into getting that engine built and built right, and then maybe at some point I will finally have something to show. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments and questions below. See you next time.